So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new podcast with me, Carl Maloney, here in my yellow little booth in my house in Manchester. And today, guys, we've got an amazingly hard-working band on his hands today, the K's. We've got Jamie and Ryan from the K's. Hey up, lads.
Hey up, mate. You all right?
Yeah, sound. Where do we find you both today, then? Where are you, Jamie? Let's start with you.
I'm at home. We're both at home in Hillstown.
Oh, okay, got you. Right. But Jamie's seen some come out, so he's straight outside.
Right.
Yeah, I'm off to the beer garden, mate. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan's off to the beer garden. There you go, mate.
Bank holiday weekend.
I thought you'd have your sunglasses on by now, mate.
I know I've got them here, mate, but it's a bit too dark. Can't see.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for your sheer persistence with just trying to make this happen. Because I know you guys are really busy, and we always appreciate you catching up and you spending a bit of time with us today. What I love about watching a band on the rise is just seeing how much hard work, knowing how much work it is for a band to get anywhere in this fucking industry of ours, the music industry. Yeah. And when I see a band with so much dedication and work so hard, I just want to embrace it. And I feel like you are one of the guys that are just standing out with that at the minute. And I just, you guys have got that in spades. And one little example of that really stood out for me recently when I was looking at your socials is that gig that you had in Blackpool recently where it didn't happen for whatever reason. And you still played the gig in a pub across the road for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking love that.
Nice.
It was well good. The pipe burst on the stage and all our gear was piss wet and everything. Right. It was, bless the support band, it fucking popped whilst they were playing and it just went all over from above. So we just a mad rush to get stuff on and then they had to cancel the gig and then we just thought, fuck it. We went that pub before, didn't we? We was in that pub. Someone come over at road. Steve, one of our guitar techs, come over at road and was like, lads, the pipe's gone, the shit. And we thought he was taking the piss. And then we walked outside, there's fucking 400 people stood up in front of us.
Wow.
Cheering.
Well, so
the bouncers are like fucking.
I can imagine, mate. Who were the spot bands then? Who got wet?
Oh shit!
The fucking drummer got soaked.
I can't remember the name.
Okay.
Slept.
Wow. Yeah, no, I get you. So what venue was it then? That in Blackpool.
Bootleg Social.
Bootleg it was.
Bootleg, right? Okay, right. So, because I imagine it's quite an iconic venue, that one. It's one where everybody wants to play, doesn't it, on the way up and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I love it, mate. We played a few times, haven't we? But that was going to be so good. It was sold out. And Friday night in Blackpool sold out like near enough as soon as it went on sale. So it was we were buzzing to play it. But we got to play that pub, which was mint, and now we get to play Bootleg again in July. So everyone's a winner.
So, what kind of, the resilience of making that decision to say the show must go on needs to be applauded in my eyes. So who said, fuck this? There's a pub across the road. I'll go and have a chat with bloke. Who'd sorted it?
I think it was my dad on it. So my dad who said it to us.
Yeah, well, the bouncers were on lock the doors and they were like, I fucking won't go out there, wait. And I went, fucking move. It's our crowd, mate. Do you know what I mean? So I went out and there was like a concrete bollard. So I just stood on it and I was like, right, everyone. And I just looked and I went, everyone to the Washington. And then that was the pub over at road, so everyone fucking came. And then Dougie, Jamie's dad, ran over and was like, "Get your fucking guitars. We'll just we'll just pop up." So we're running over there, our ramps over the road, and we just fucking popped up and did it. So it's fucking ace. It worked out better than the fucking gig for me.
Yeah.
Did the venue ever say in it then? This other pub? Did they ever say in it?
Yeah. My dad asked them
oh, okay.
They just said they rang the licensee and they said you can fucking do it. So.
Wow.
Well, they said we have karaoke on, so I don't see why not.
That's near enough for a live music license. That'll be enough. But I loved seeing that story and just it epitomizes what the K is doing at the minute. The show always goes on, and you're just fucking having it, and I love that. I just wanted to share that little story at the beginning. So,
you just feel like a twat because all the people are there to look for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's already in the venue as well. It was just we had to do so much. You know what I mean?
Good on you, lads. Now let's go back a little bit then. So let's start with you, Ryan. When did you first decide that music is going to be something that you're going to get into? When did it all start kicking off for you?
I guess it was probably when I was fucking in the last year of school and there was sort of local bands knocking about and everyone, me, Jamie and about sort of 9 or 10 lads around Newton just sort of all was in the same band but just diving in between different ones, weren't we? We just sort of kept doing it and then I went away and did some stuff with my brother and then I met Jamie at a party, and he was like, we've been out on different nights out, and we just met at the same party, and we was in the kitchen, and we were just like, do you want to fucking start writing some songs? And he was like, yeah, and then we just sort of turned up, and then that's sort of when, and then Jordan, that's sort of when the K's was born, I think.
Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Because I was still like doing little bits with Dex. Well, not so much doing little bits, but when me and Ryan had this conversation, which I don't even know. It was literally about 5:30 in the morning, wasn't it? We both absolutely wrecked, and we're like, "Come on, let's just do it." And then we actually ended up doing it. The best decision we've ever made. But Dex, I'd already spoke to Dex like a couple of weeks before or something about like wanting to start doing stuff again and that. So I already knew he was on board. Yeah, and then we were practicing in Vulcan Inn upstairs, weren't we? Is that what it was?
Yeah, we practiced just fucking anywhere. I've always usually get kicked out, but
yeah. Just like the week after or something. And then we started just knocking these tunes on. Like, they're quite good these, actually.
So what projects were you doing before the case then? Before the lightning bolt struck and you both met each other? What were you doing before that?
So I was in a band called The K's that I joined when I was in high school, but then we stopped doing stuff when we was about 16, when everyone went to different colleges and that, and then people went off to uni and stuff. And then when me and Ryan had that conversation, it must have been about, well, it was like 2017, when Sarajevo come out. It's probably about early 2017 or something. And that was like 5 years after I left school, so I haven't done art for years really before it.
So you made up the name and you just like reinvented.
Yeah, pretty much.
An old project and just.
And Dex was in that band with me as well. Dexter was in the old band with me as well.
And what did you say you were doing some stuff with your brother Ryan?
Yeah, my brother's was in a band called Sly Diggs, so I just used to sort of play piano and a bit of guitar for him, and we went on like some tours around different countries like America and Europe and stuff.
One of them
we supported we went on the Who tour.
Oh. Oh, I'd be lost him at that point. Or has he cut it off himself? Oh, sorry, Ryan, we're losing you there, mate.
Not paid his phone bill.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that any better?
Yeah, we've got you back, mate. So yeah, just talk us through that project then, what you're up to. We are on Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. We can all deal.
Well, I was playing in a pub in Earlstown, and my brother just sort of ran me and said, "Do you want to come on a tour?" And I was like, "What doing?" And he said, "Like going. We've just got the Who support tour in America, so it was like 25 dates around."
Hang on a minute. So I were expecting it to be a few gigs around, the country, just playing a few pubs and that. But now you brought the fucking Who into it. Give us a bit of context for that.
Well, it literally went from being the pub, and then the next, I'd never played piano, and there was like, we need a pianist. So I sort of fucking bought a piano, locked myself in my granddad's garage for 5 days, and went and did an arena tour with the Who, supporting the Who, with my brother's band, and then that followed on to like some gigs with like the Killers and Liam and stuff like that around Europe.
Yeah,
and that just sort of grew legs, and it was just fucking brilliant.
So how did you get a sports? How did you get sports lot with the Who?
Because my brother's band was signed. It was under the same management as the Who. They signed him and threw him on the Who tour straight away.
Got you. Okay.
So that was a connection, yeah. But it was fucking the time of my life. Like, it was brilliant.
So do you like look? Is your brother older than you or younger? Or?
Yeah, he's 3 years older than me.
So did you always like see the success that your brother were having and always think, I fancy a bit of that myself?
Yeah. I mean, that sort of came into it, but we sort of toyed with the idea of doing stuff together at a young age, but we never really did it. Do you know what I mean? We both shared a bedroom for fucking 20 years, and then we're both on the fucking same stage, so we never got our heads together to think, do you know what, we might do something here. So, well, no, it worked out well.
Give us one of your favourite stories of looking back from a touring with the Who then.
I was fucking hell, we was in LA, and it was Pete Townshend's birthday, and it was my mum's birthday on the same day. So Pete Townsend had like his cake and all that in the fucking backstage, and I went in and he was giving his big speeches and all that, and my brother went on stage and was like, "Fuck Pete Townsend, it's my mum's birthday and all this." He did like a big live thing about my mum on stage, so it's fucking brilliant. So that was really good because my mum was like at home crying her eyes out. Do you know what I mean?
And you supported Liam as well.
Too many memories to say.
Sure. Have you got a story about the Liam one? And then
yeah, that was.
You guys?
I got really fucking drunk with Gene, his son. He's fucking a cool cat. That was good in Milan. That was really good with the Killers as well. That was the first time I've ever seen the Killers, and it was just fucking. That probably one of the top sort of 3 bands that I've ever seen live.
Yeah, they're the fucking boys. Them aren't they live?
Yeah,
Christ, they're good.
Yeah, I can remember first seeing the Killers at Manchester. It was Club NME tour, proper years ago, and it was at Manchester Academy. One of the smaller. Academy.
Yeah.
And they were great then, and then you know, just what an experience, what a live experience. Do you guys like look at that and think, you know, how are we gonna compete with that?
Well, just as soon as we start,
yeah, we have little fucking party popper confetti. Like,
that's it.
Try and pop off stage like the Killers. Just all have laser pens on our head. Do you know what I mean?
But it's constantly evolving. Like you've got to go with it. So the bigger venues you're playing, the more budget you have for your shows, the more you can do. Like this is the first tour we're ever going to have done with our own front of house in it. Yeah. Taking our own house around everywhere we go, which is going to make a huge difference. Because if you're using an house, half the time they've never heard one of your fucking songs before. They're just guessing what it should sound like. Yeah. But we always manage to get by. Like, but I'm really looking forward to having the same lad with us every night. It's Ben's sound as well, the lad who's doing it. So we're really looking forward to it. So it's just about adapting as you get bigger, I suppose.
I had a similar conversation on a previous podcast a couple of weeks ago with October Drift, just before they were going on their tour, and they have started to play bigger venues. They've got more of a budget. They're trying to, give the fans value for the money and tickets, and trying to up the production's value on their stages and that kind of stuff. How do you prepare as a band now before you go on this stage? Because I'm just looking at your gig poster now. You're all aren't you? Starting Glasgow on 28th of April, Manchester, Leadmill, Birmingham, Sheffield, Leeds, Dublin. How do you prepare for a tour of this size? And what's the mechanics behind the scenes to make sure it's a success? How do you?
It's a lot of. I think before it now, it's a lot of box ticking, sort of making sure everything's sorted. That's all there is to it, really. Making sure everything's in place, making sure we're sorted for everything that needs to be done to make the tour happen. Whether that's like in terms of logistics or in terms of the actual show itself. But when it comes to the set, it's just the same as always. It's just business as usual for us now. We just fucking go out there and have it, and people seem to like it.
Do you have individual jobs? Like, does one of you book the hotels? Does one of you?
Our manager does all that.
Who does that?
Our manager Nikki, she sorts all that.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. So you don't have
sleeping on benches or something. If one of us had to do it, we book it for the wrong day or something.
So it's like even little things like making sure all your, I don't know, you've got batteries for your foot pedals or all your leads work and all that.
Yeah.
All the little shit that all the day-to-day stuff. How do you like sort all that? The manager.
We've got just to rehearse. No, we sort of take care of our own gear, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like a pre-production day on Monday, so we just do a bit of dress rehearsals before tour, make sure everything works, make sure we've cleaned all the shit from Bootleg off our amps.
Wow.
And stuff like that.
You still haven't done that yet?
No.
Yeah, but we was unsure. We were doing a video shoot the other week. Doing a video shoot last week, and we got them and was like, we don't even know if these amps work because we've not turned them on since, and they're covered in water. But luckily enough, touch wood, everything's fine. But yeah, we just go through it. We practice, make sure everything's done. Some guitars have gone in this week, aren't they, for setups as well. It's just little things like that. But that's just part of the process now. Naturally, we don't even have to think about doing that. It's just, when you're getting close to a tour, you need to go and get your guitars set up properly because you've fucking banged them off a million things on the last tour and all that sort of stuff. Make sure all your pedals aren't broke from all the beer that's been spilt on them, that sort of stuff.
So I know Rats are supporting you on the tour, and this feeling have been a big, massive supporter of you guys throughout the years and that kind of stuff. What kind of relationship do you have with those guys now? And they are excellent at sending a band to that next level of being able to finance and tour under their own name. I just think it's great what the work they do with that kind of stuff.
You going around?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I think with this feeling, do you mean, or Rats?
Yeah.
Do you mean this feeling as a platform? Yeah,
This feeling as a platform and Rats as a support band.
he's probably one of the only good guys that I've come across in the game, to be honest. Mikey Johns, who sort of runs this feeling. There's very few people in this industry who are like really upfront and doing it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? His heart's in the right place, and it's all about fucking music, and it's not about bollocks and fucking the shit that ruins sort of music business. It's just all the right stuff, and that's why we love working with him. And we got to know the Rats through this feeling, and we got on with them fucking straight away. So a few beers here and there, do you know what I mean? And then you're fucking good mates, and then we just thought, fuck it, let's go on tour together.
Nice. You're going to add something to that, Jay?
So, yeah, I can only reiterate what Paddy said about like working with this feeling. Like Mikey's art's in the right place. He just does it for pure love of the music and to give people a platform. There's nobody else doing it in the same way that they are. Nobody else is giving up and coming bands the platform that they are. Where you can basically, they'll put anybody on and give everybody a chance, and you've just got to pay them back by fucking turning up and do your best to shift the tickets and stuff. But that's what you've been doing anyway, whoever you were doing. But they just do it for Mikey. Just his art's in the right place, and nobody else gives up and coming bands a platform to perform on like they do, and we'd be fucked without them. Not us. I mean, upcoming bands in general, like us and every other upcoming band, they wouldn't be the same. Coming through without this feeling. Yeah,
brilliant. And Ryan, you mentioned there that, you know, some of the bollocks that goes on in the industry. What kind of things have you seen in the past that, you know, haven't sat well with you working through the industry?
Fucking hell, how long have you got?
I've got until the Zoom cuts off, mate.
I mean, I'd be aiming everyone if I had a few drinks down. No, it's just dickheads like who don't really know what they're doing, and they don't know about music. Do you know what I mean? It's all fucking business, and it's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because it ruins bands, and bands split up because of it, because of the negativity and stuff like that. And it's never about the music when really that's what it should be about. And that's what we sort of pride ourselves on as a band, because we're doing it for the music and the right reasons. You know what I mean? And I think that's what keeps us so close and hard working and sort of level-headed. But there's just people in the industry that shouldn't be there. But it's the same with everything. But
what side of the industry do you mean? Do you mean like the label side or the
fucking all of it?
Side? All of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's not me. That's not us being horrible. It's just.
I work in it. I know that.
It's a well-known fact that a lot of the people in this game are bellends, for want of a better word. But we're lucky because the ones that we work with are all ace. Like, I'm not just saying that because we work with them, but you just have to. We've had to learn the hard way sometimes about who to work with.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah. And been shagged over a few times and that. But now we've got a solid team, haven't we? Around us. Everyone looks after us. We've got a really good relationship with all the promoters we work with. We're in a really good place, but to get to that place, we've had to deal with the other shit as well.
So what kind of advice would you give maybe a band that are just getting into the industry now? What kind of advice would you give a young band watching this to help them avoid some of the pitfalls that you guys have experienced?
It's difficult to say, really, because we've always been, thought we were pretty, like, switched on top with it. Yeah. I think. Because we signed contracts and that and had them sent off to solicitors, but then if it's a company, like a bit of a rag-ass company that's not really done much before, they just don't do anything that the contract says. And then it's just like you end up in a legal battle where you're just going to end up losing money anyway until you can finally get away from the dickheads.
Yeah.
And that took us a couple of years.
I'd just say like a lot of naivety goes into it as well. Do you know when you're sort of young and someone dangles a carrot to you, you just sort of you want to grab it because everyone needs it. And just try and, I know it's hard until you've sort of lived through it for a few years to know it from experience, but just try and like not be naive with fucking and listen to bullshit that people feed you. Do you know what I mean? Just do your own thing and enjoy it. Don't never lose the enjoyment out of it, because then you just fuck. Do you know what I mean? What's the point in doing it?
100%. And when I'm speaking to young bands and they're asking me how do I progress and that's that, especially you get asked a lot, how do I get out of my own city as a band? But you just have to just take a bit of a risk. You'll find it your own way. If something sounds too good to be true, then it generally is. That's a good rule of thumb anyway. You can tell you get an instinct for bullshit the longer you're in the industry, and sometimes it can be a bit too late sometimes when people spin it. I've got a really good radar for bullshit. I can spot it a mile off. So if
you spot all those bullshit in me, James.
Right. Well, I've got a list. I've just been bullet pointing some of the stuff you've said, mate, to pull you up on. But yeah, you just go with your instinct. If it feels too good to be true, then generally it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near enough every single time, and it's too good to be true. You'll be told like,
just get out. Do you know what I mean? Just get a van. Just hire a van.
Get a van.
Play a pub in Glasgow or somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just fucking enjoy it. That's the best time on their own.
That's the only reason we could start doing that stuff and playing in different venues, was this feeling. I remember the first time we went down to London, it was like a massive thing, and we fucking loved it. Yeah. Well, we got absolutely. We played 2 days, didn't we? And the second day, we hadn't slept from the night before because it was our first time being on tour. And we were like, "This is what you do. You just go wild when you're on tour." But then you realise that's very short-lived, because it's just not doable. You have to get some sleep at least.
Well, I've seen all the good work that This Feeling have done with Spangled, my mates from Manchester.
Oh yeah. The Sport did Academy too. Good band though.
Yeah, proper, really nice lads, and I think they're the nicest group of lads that I've ever met in the industry, and they are. Yeah. They're really nice. They're proper switched on. They're ambitious, and they're fucking. And I love that. And a platform for This Feeling, just like it just feels like it's a glove. It's a lovely. It's a nice match, and it's going to work well for all parties involved with it, I think.
Yeah.
The community around bands with This Feeling is ace too.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched them on the This Feeling stage at Isle of Wight last year. That's the first time I've seen them at Isle of Wight on that This Feeling stage, Spangled.
Yeah.
We met John through This Feeling. John Giddens, the agent. So that was a sort of an introduction, because he had a stage at Isle of Wight, and obviously we got chatting to John, and then Solo are another company like This Feeling who sort of work with up and coming bands. You know what I mean? It's all, everyone's heart's in the right place when. So I think that's another good thing that came from this sort of that, working with them, and just get out there and just fucking do what you can with anyone.
And that's been the big difference maker as well, signing to Solo. I think with the slots that we get now compared to, we only signed with them at the end of last summer. I think it was September last year, and they've got some massive artists. Like, don't get me wrong, but their art's completely in the right place. It was like John and Charlie, we absolutely love them both. They do so much for us and do such a good job for us, and their art's in the right place. But now you look at our festivals, and we're playing all over Europe. We're on main stage at fucking Reading and Leeds.
I've listed them. Got Kendall Calling, Sweden, the festival in Sweden,
Lollapalooza in Stockholm,
Leeds and Reading.
Yeah.
Are they on? Is it on the big stage?
I don't know.
Fuck off.
Yeah. We're on the main stage at Reading and Leeds.
Now then, how are you going to fill that? What are you going to do with here?
I don't know if that's announced yet, though, is it?
Oh shit!
I've written it down, so I must have read it somewhere online.
Well, with the festivals announced, but we don't know if the main stage announced. But if on the festivals, suppose there's no harm in saying what stage.
No.
So like
said what I said. I'm only joking.
I can beep it out if you want, like, it's fine. But if you do, the stages that you're playing now, nice. What is it? What kind of capacity venues is it? Is the tour?
It depends. It depends what we're playing.
2.5 in it.
2.5-ish roundabout. Yeah, because playing those kind of size venues and then playing a massive festival stage.
Yeah.
There's so much space to fill as a band. I know you kind of get quite tight in the middle of it, and you set up like you're going to set up. The whole dynamics of playing live on those big stages must be completely different to like the tour stages that you're going to be doing.
I think that's where we thrive, though, isn't it? Like,
that's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Wait till we get fucking wireless guitars and all that. I'll be at the fucking back of the festival, mate.
Yeah, no, it plays to our strengths, that definitely. Because our sound is so big and so energetic.
Yeah,
definitely.
The bigger, like, when it's absolutely blasting out of the main stage at a festival, and we've got all this room to just fucking have it. Basically, that's when we thrive, and that's when we're at our best. And like, we're not phased by anything. I'm not being arrogant or cocky or anything there. That's what we want to do. So we're not phased by it at all. We're going to get up there and we're going to have it the best we can with however much space we've got. The bigger, the better.
So how do you rein it in? Because you're supporting James abroad as well.
We just go for it.
How do you rein in the booze?
Well, so
you just don't.
Yeah. It depends what the weather's like, mate.
Okay, fair enough.
Nah, we'll be we're never too bad, are we? Not before the show, anyway. Sometimes you get that fucking thing where you sat in the green room. Still got 2 hours to go on. You think, fucking, I'm a bit stay, mate. I'm gonna have to slow down.
Stand up.
Yeah. Someone's asleep in corner. But yeah, we just sort of you just got to be fucking sensible with it, because the main part of it, obviously, you get all the good bits that we've got to come with it, but you've got a job to do first and foremost.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. But we always make it work no matter
I
what.
learned the hard way. I did it once and put my guitar on and fell, and my head went through the bass drum in my old band.
Oh, wow.
And fucking fell over. So I won't be doing that again.
So life on the road then. So how do you, when you get, I just know from being around my mates and going on holidays with them and just having a good time and that kind of stuff, things can get a bit fraught. How do you you're a band of brothers, you're out there on the road. How do the relationships develop? Do they sometimes take a bit of a hit? Do they bond you stronger when you're this tight-knit community abroad? How does it work for you guys, the case?
It makes you stronger, definitely.
It bonds us stronger, I think.
Go on, do you want to go?
We usually fuck up everything, don't we?
There's a theme here.
We usually have that much shit on the road that it brings us tighter together.
You just have to adapt and overcome. But you've got to, everybody's looking out for each other when you're on tour, because everyone's always mint, but you're in cities you've never been before half the time with just 6 here. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to, you don't know anybody else there or anything. So you've always got to not look out for each other like there's fucking danger around every corner, but you've got to keep your wits about you and make sure you've got each other's backs and stuff like that, and everybody's looking out for each other, and just over time that sort of just makes you stronger to where it becomes a family. And now we're just fucking.
Right, question for Jamie then. Give us a story about your favourite story about Ryan on tour.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh fucking hell! I best go here.
I can't. I actually can't.
What, you just put it?
No.
YouTube will just ban us.
I'm trying to think of a PG one. Right, give me a minute. I'll come back to you on that.
Okay, Ryan, have you got one? Have you got one about Jamie? Yeah, go on.
I've got one. Yeah, when he shit himself on stage.
Oh, fuck off, man. True story, though.
I'm only joking.
Well, you'll do it.
Well, yeah, and I've never been stood in the toilet and someone asked me for my boxes before.
Honestly, it was so fucking grim. I must have had food poisoning or something, because I hadn't had a drink. I hadn't been out the night before. Yeah. We were just playing, and I started feeling really ill, and then we played soundcheck, and I was sick. And then I was sat there, and I was went dead pale and stuff, and felt horrible. And then I was just like, right, well, everybody's here, so I'm going to have to play anyway. Got on stage, didn't get through. We got off here, and didn't get through to the end of the song, and I was just being sick all over the stage. Literally, and then everybody stopped, and the fucking sound check didn't put any music on. So for a solid 30 seconds, it was just me retching, just a completely silent crowd, hundreds of people watching me just be sick. Fucking worst night of my life.
Oh yeah, that was
good. Now you can get him back now. Then go on, Jamie.
You've took me fucking. You took my train of thought off track. I'll come back to you on it. Let me have a think about it.
We'll come back.
I want to get a good one.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a bit. A little teaser for everybody later on. So the new single, Hometown, is out now as we record this podcast. So just talk us through this big fuck off new tune that you've got out there, lads.
I think you've hit the nail on the head pretty well there. Yeah. It's a big fuck off.
I'll write the review for our gym. A big fuck off tune. That's it. No more words needed.
Yeah.
No, it's us to a T, mate. It's us to a T. It's high energy. Yeah. It's well written. Lyrics are good. The melody's good. The chorus is massive. The riff's unbelievable. I don't know. I'm obviously biased saying all this stuff, but I'm sure other people will agree with
bringing back guitar music in it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's just
hopefully
raw power from start to finish, but it's like dead sort of summery in a way. It's like as a song can be. Do you know what I mean? It's like a proper festival tune, I'd say. Which is why
it does seem part of the K's formula to have these, major high-powered riffs within your tunes. Is it a formula? Where's that formula come from? Is that just, I don't know.
Otherwise, what's the fucking point of me being here?
No, that's it. We just always a lot of the time, if we text someone in, and I'm showing Paddy it, you'll always go home and sit on it, won't you, and do it on your own at home rather than in the rehearsal room, and then the next time he comes back in with something fucking magic, and it just puts the song next level. And then Hometown, though, you ripped the riff first, didn't you?
The fact that
we already had that riff, didn't we? And then Brit was sort of around that, I think.
We already had the riff for a while and just sat on it for ages, Well, I think it's like the idea of sort of people singing and the choruses and stuff like that, but also like when there's no vocals and stuff, everyone's just going fucking nuts at summer all together at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Got a Feeling, for example, like when everyone just fucking starts going mad chanting it, and you don't even have to play it.
Yeah.
Things like that we sort of feed off and get a taste for, so we just try and implement that into songs.
I get a feeling, and it's just an instinct with you guys, that you can write a song quite quick and know when it's ready, and know when it's finished quite quick as well. That's an instinct of mine. I don't know where that's coming from. Is that a fair judgment of how you write your music? It's a compliment.
It can take a little bit longer. No, sometimes it can take a little bit longer, but other times it just writes itself. You start playing it, and it just writes itself. Just goes from one bit to the next, and before you know it, like you can have a song finished in like one practice half the time, and then other times, there's them really fucking annoying songs you can't finish for like months, and then it's still got a list of like half finished songs that you just can't seem to get to work, but we will.
You just know it though, don't you? Like when you play something, like you know that it can't be better. Like you're never gonna fucking get it better than that, and you just know that's sort of the instinct that probably you're referring to, because we get that feeling where you think that this is fucking it. You know what I mean? That's the song. Done. Just get it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you've got your own tour coming up. You've got all these festival stuff coming up. I don't have much left, Jamie, to start thinking of your example, mate. We'll give you a bit of time.
Oh, we've got past this, man.
Oh, go on. What's this?
Sorry, mate. Don't get too excited.
I'm saying we got past this, though.
My brother's walking past.
Oh, he's all right. He can walk past. Hi, mate.
Hello.
Hey, all. So you've got this big festival coming up. You've got, your own tour coming up. What's next for the K's?
I think we'll probably go back out at the end of the year on tour. I think we've got another tour sort of loosely planned, nothing sort of written set in writing yet, but that's probably going to be after the festival season, along with more releases. So
yeah, I see it with the Lathams. You know, they just toured and toured and toured. They finish a tour, and then there's another one. It's the only way to stay viable financially as a band. Stay on the road, isn't it?
It's what you want to be doing though as well.
Yeah.
It's what you want to be doing. If we don't play for a couple of weeks, we're bored as fuck. Like you get back off a tour and you're absolutely knackered, and you get that feeling where it's a weird feeling. You go into your room, right, and it's the first time it's been quiet for like weeks. It's the first time you've not heard any noise for weeks because somebody's always playing music or talking or whatever. And then you think, fucking hell, and you lie in your bed for about 30 seconds, and then you're like, this is shit. Like, I want to get back out already. As soon as you get back off tour, you just want to be straight back on tour straight away. How
do you find it, Ryan?
I fucking can't wait. Get all me away from these cunts. No, it's the exact same as you say. You have like a day of rest at home, and then you're like, fucking hell, like, you ought to be going to another city or playing. So you're always sort of chasing that next tour. And I think when we come off the back of the festival season and then big stages and things like that, that's what's going to be, along with releases in sort of November time, I reckon, for a tour. So
so watch this space kind of thing. Well, I've really enjoyed watching the journey of the band. Just the right. One of my favorite things is just watching the journey of a band and watching a band rise and just take on the world. And I'm really enjoying watching you guys crack on. Just before we finish today, Jamie's going to finish with a story about Ryan.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
And then we'll let you get on with your day and take over the world.
Right. We've got to be really PG. I've got to.
You can say what you want.
No, I'm not. No, seriously.
No, seriously.
You can say what it's PG.
My favorite actual one, which is this isn't a bad one.
You can say what it's PG.
My favorite actual one, which is this isn't a bad one, but this is just like my favorite. When you stopped playing Open Maybe but announced it down on the mic. We're going back to what we were saying before about getting too pissed before gigs.
Okay.
He got that pissed once that he couldn't remember how to play it. So turned his head to me and went, I'm going to have to not play this one, but just set it down his mic and just stop playing guitar for the rest of the song. And then the other one, which I won't go into too much detail about, is when you started fucking World War III in the van by telling two of the crew you were going to give him a slap. And that's like, it's not even funny. It's not funny, but it fucking is funny. It was so funny at the time because he said it under your breath at the end of summer. And he was like, fucking what? Climbing over the seats in the van. That was a personal favourite, but everybody.
Oh man, I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Is there anything you'd just like to finish off the interview today? Just a word to your fans, maybe, and about the support that you've had over the country. Is there just one message you want to shout out to the people watching this that are Case fans?
Well, I want to say thanks to you, Carl, for having us on. First
Welcome,
and
mate.
foremost, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, nice one to everyone for the support. The ticket link's below. Come and get a ticket. If you've not seen us before, then come and join the fucking party.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll be definitely catching you live, lads. Really appreciate your time.
Nice one, mate.
And take over the world.
Thanks,
You're well underway. Cheers.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks,
See you later.